April 1945. Berlin was burning. Explosions shook the streets, and the end of the war was closing in fast. The Soviet Red Army pushed deeper into the city, street by street, building by building. Above ground, the once powerful Reich Chancellery was being destroyed by relentless bombing. But deep below the ruins, hidden beneath thick concrete, was Hitler's final shelter, the Führer bunker. Inside the bunker, narrow corridors and heavy walls created a cold, suffocating environment. Hitler studied war maps daily, still believing Germany could somehow win. Above them, bombs exploded without pause, shaking the bunker walls again and again. Civilians hid underground, terrified and uncertain if they would survive another day. Many generals begged Hitler to escape Berlin, but he refused to leave. By late April, Berlin was completely surrounded. There was no way out. Inside the bunker was Eva Braun, Hitler's longtime companion, who refused to leave even when escape was possible. Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda minister, brought his entire family into the bunker, choosing to stay until the very end. Food supplies were running low, meals became smaller, and tension grew with each passing hour. Hitler continued holding war meetings, ordering attacks that no longer made sense. Privately, many officers admitted the truth. Germany had already lost the war. Outside, Soviet artillery struck closer than ever, shaking the bunker walls day and night. Then came shocking news. Heinrich Himmler, one of Hitler's most trusted men, had secretly tried to negotiate peace. To Hitler, this was betrayal. His anger exploded, and trust inside the bunker began to collapse. Meanwhile, Soviet troops pushed closer to the heart of Berlin, only blocks away from the bunker. At last, Hitler accepted what many already knew: the war was lost. With the end approaching, Hitler made a surprising decision. He would marry Eva Braun. Late at night, preparations began for a quiet ceremony deep underground. On April 29, 1945, Adolf Hitler married Eva Braun in a small, silent ceremony. Moments later, they signed official documents sealing their marriage during the final hours of the war. Soon after, Hitler dictated his final will, blaming others for Germany's defeat. Secretaries worked quickly, typing the documents that would become Hitler's last official orders. As Soviet forces closed in, Hitler began saying goodbye to his remaining officers. Poison capsules were distributed, offering a final escape from capture. To test the poison, cyanide was used on Hitler's dog, Blondie, confirming its deadly effect. By April 30th, Hitler made his final decision: he would not be captured alive. On April 30th, 1945, Hitler walked through the bunker one last time, saying farewell to his staff. Eva Braun made her final choice. She refused to leave and decided to die beside him. In the afternoon, the couple entered a private room and closed the door behind them. Outside, officers waited in silence, knowing what was about to happen. Moments later, a single gunshot echoed through the bunker. When the door was opened, Hitler and Eva Braun were found lifeless. Following strict orders, their bodies were carried outside into the ruined courtyard. There, gasoline was poured, and the bodies were burned as Soviet troops closed in. Soon after, Soviet troops reached the bunker and took control of the area. Within days, Berlin surrendered. The war in Europe was ending, and one of history's darkest chapters had finally closed.